The wide receiver position for the Broncos, I think, got a little more convoluted on Saturday night when Andre Caldwell caught the bomb from Brock Osweiler, because a lot of people, including me, thought Andre Caldwell was on the bubble, that this might be it for him, because they've got a lot of good young wide receivers they'd like to work in, both at wide receiver and on special teams. And then Andre Caldwell comes up with a 57-yard haul-in for a touchdown, and now we're thinking, okay, maybe Andre Caldwell needs to be on this team, which leaves one spot or two, a fifth and a sixth spot, or just a fifth spot.
Well, the first four are pretty obvious, I would think. I'm sorry, first three are obvious. Demarius, Emmanuel, and Latimer. Fourth spot, Caldwell's going to figure out a way to get that. Then you got a bunch of guys. Laux, they're taking a long look at him.
Yeah, was that surprising to you? I mean, all of a sudden I see him in the game, and he's returning kicks, and they're throwing to him in the end zone, and I'm saying, where the hell did he come from? I've been watching practice for weeks now, for 3 weeks now.
They like him a lot more than what you might think, or what
evidently.
You and I didn't know anything about him, but they kind of like him. That's why they're giving him a look at returning. That's the way he can make the team, is if he can be a returner. Yeah. He looks like one of those Wes Welker kind of return guys. Great hands, we'll get it, we'll get you 10 yards.
Safe.
Remember that? Yeah, that when Wes was, or a John Lynch kind of return guy that's going to catch the ball, but he's not going to go for a touchdown. That's what I see out of him. You got to see more of him wide receiver. One of those guys that got great hands that won't ever drop anything. Played in the indoor league, was on a practice squad or two. He's been wandering around, and he's tough. Bubba's going to make the team. Those people, he's a cockroach. I wrote he's a cockroach. He's a vampire. You can't shoot him. You can't kill him. You got to take a stake to him. You got to. I don't know how in the world you're going to get rid of Bubba Caldwell.
Well, and Peyton, I know this for a fact. Peyton does like throwing to him.
Yeah. So
he's a safe guy to throw to.
And he sneaked behind somebody and got one-on-one coverage against the safety and made a really easy, wide-open catch for a touchdown. They're a bunch of young guys, but I just see that you still have the windows open.
Yeah.
You better have Bubba Caldwell as a backup if Emmanuel's hurt a little bit, or Cody doesn't, Latimer doesn't pan out totally in the slot position. So that's four, and then it's kind of
I still think they really would like Norwood to step up.
Except he's not.
I know it, but they're giving him every opportunity.
They didn't pick up a first down because he didn't go, and Peyton was explaining to him on the sidelines. You got to go outside on that play. So Norwood was the free agent du jour last year, but he's going to play himself off this team this year because he dropped a
punt in game one,
and he didn't catch that pass last night. We haven't seen anything out of him that we saw in camp last year. Benny Fowler is sort of a short version of Demarius Thomas, supposedly. Who's the kid, Taylor, that we
Jordan
talked
Taylor,
about?
Isaiah Burse.
I haven't seen much of Isaiah Burse. Is not Laux.
We have to remember,
1, 2,
there
3.
are 10 spots on the practice squad now. And 2 or maybe even 3 of those guys might be stashed there. They're all still eligible.
Except Bubba.
Well, yeah, so Bubba. That portion of the big stuff.
Bubba's not eligible. Hadn't been eligible for the practice squad in 6, 7 years.
Presented by the Celtic Tavern, the official sponsor of the Colorado Rapids. The Celtic will put you on a bus and take you to a Colorado Rapids home game where you can tailgate with everybody else, and they'll do it and give you plenty of time to tailgate, 2 hours before kickoff. So go to the Celtic. It's 2 blocks south of Coors Field on Blake Street. It's the Celtic Tavern.